Hi, welcome back to my kitchen. I actually bought the ingredients yesterday, came home, did a different recipe, the spicy noodle one. That turned out amazing. Now let's get some buns made. Best thing, no lunges, no squats, just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ingredients, plus a bamboo steamer. If you guys don't know what huajin is, Chinese direct translation is called flour buns because the layers actually looks like petals after they're steamed. It's one of my all-time favorite food items in the history of food items. You can eat it on its own. It's great to dip it into anything. And the best part, you can peel it, you know, like a fruit roll-up, except like 20 billion times better, and it doesn't stick to your teeth. Anyway, I've been eating this since I was a kid. I do have another recipe, but I recently found an easier, faster way to make this. Let me show you how. You need some salt, sesame paste. You don't have to have it, but it's good to have it. And if you don't have any Asian supermarkets nearby, just get some tahini, just as good. This is necessary, 100%. 5-spice powder. This is such an amazing spice. You should always have this in your cabinet. All-purpose flour, some sugar, activated yeast, and some scallions. Also, one thing I forgot, you need oil. Let me explain why. A bamboo steamer is something you should 100% invest in. And this thing, it's not expensive. I think it's about 15, 20 bucks and you get a nice big steamer. Get the bigger one. Always get the bigger one because come on. I know everybody already has 2 buns, but you know what they say. More buns, the merry bun, better bun, better bun. More bun, the better bun. Okay, let's do this. Chop up your scallions. Get a mixing bowl. 2 cups of flour. Teaspoon of yeast. Teaspoon of sugar. Teaspoon of baking powder, tablespoon of vegetable oil. Give that a little mix. And then add in about a cup of water. Slowly mix and stir with chopsticks. And then get a little handsy. Add a little bit of flour if it gets too sticky. You would think after years of doing this, I just get a mixture, but honestly, I like the workout. I mean, you're about to eat a bunch of buns, a bunch of carbs. Making yourself work for it, not the worst thing. Plus, I'm cheap. So you're gonna get this to the point where the Chinese call the 3 cleans. Your hand is clean, the bowl is clean, and the dough is clean. And it's gonna take about 10 minutes. All right, after about 10 minutes, put a cover on that, wrap it with a plastic wrap, a damp towel. Basically, keep your buns covered, at least for the next 30 minutes. 30 minutes is up, and that is looking and smelling good. Yeasty. Take the dough, knead it again for a few minutes. Just squeeze all that air pocket out. Put some flour on your counter so it doesn't stick, and just cut it in half. Throw 1/2 back and cover it up. Now we're gonna get my parents' favorite disciplining tool out and roll out the dough. And you don't have to be very precise with this. So I'm just gonna roll this out as rectangly as I can. Again, don't have to be perfect with this. Just roll it out as thin as possible. Next step, vegetable oil. Cover the entire surface of the dough. Next, sprinkle it with salt. And the 5-spice powder. Don't go crazy with it, especially not the salt. You don't want this to be salty because most likely you're gonna be dipping this in something else. Next, sprinkle 2 entire scallions. And then we're just gonna start rolling. And we're gonna roll from the longer edge of the rectangle. Although this doesn't truly look like a rectangle. I think it kind of looks like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man's face with scallions. You wanna roll it to about 1.5 inches in width. Just keep rolling. You can just pat it, flatten it out a little bit. All right, there you go. Just gonna nip the ends off. Put that aside. So measure about 1 inch and cut. You don't have to, again, be very precise with this. Just make sure it's a rectangle, not a square. Nobody wants to be a square. Now the fun begins. Take your bamboo steamer, add in parchment paper. These you can buy from the Chinese supermarket. These already fitted parchment paper. Get a chopstick, and what you wanna do is take one and press down hard so the edges kind of flip up. And then all you have to do is take it and squeeze the bottoms together and just kind of like give it a little fluff. Make it look nice and pretty. And squeeze the bottom together. There you go, mini flour roll. Place it into the steamer. Remember, these will double in size, so make sure to leave enough space in between them. Squeeze, and just squeeze the bottom together. This recipe is much simpler than the recipe I gave last time. Get a pot, fill it with a few cups of water, don't need to make it that full. Put the bamboo steamer onto the pot when the water is cold. High heat until water boils, then low heat for 15 minutes. And then turn off the heat, let it sit for 5 more minutes. Oh, check out these little buns. So amazingly fluffy. And the best part about this, it's layered. So what I like to do when I was a kid is peel this off layer by layer and eat it like that. So bouncy and delicious. Like I said, you can eat these on its own. Or just use this instead of rice. And eat it with meat or vegetables, whatever you want. Still another one. Roll out your dough, add your salt, scallions, 5 spice, really doesn't matter in what order. Add the sesame paste. I think this one I should have added the sesame paste first. It's okay, doesn't matter, live and learn. So next time when you guys are doing this, you know, put the sesame paste on first. Oh yeah, with that 5 spice and the sesame paste, this bun is gonna be good. Kind of making this one in a hurry so it's not the best looking. But like I said, you can be a little messy, it'll still work. So there you go. That's how you make perfectly fluffy buns without stepping a foot in the gym. As always guys, all the ingredients listed down below for you. Thank you all so much for watching. Until we cook again. See you later.